Sulfate free.
Sulfate free.
Sulfate free.
Sulfate
free.
Sulfate free.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Brandon Experience, the best place for beauty education in the entire world and business building done the right way. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about sulfates. You have probably seen it in the store, sulfate free. Sulfate free on YouTube. YouTubers are telling you you shouldn't use sulfates in your shampoo. Do you really need to have a good sulfate free shampoo? I mean, for years we use regular shampoos, right? So why all of a sudden is sulfate free a big thing now? Today's video is going to talk about what sulfates are, why they're so popular, what they can do for your hair or cannot do for your hair, sulfate-free shampoos, and those sulfate-containing shampoos that remain on the market, what place do they have in your hair care routine? Well, if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a couple of my recommendations and help you decide which one would be the best option for your hair care routine. Let's get into it. So what are sulfates and what do they do? Short answer to what sulfates are, that's basically what's giving you your foam or your lather for your products. The longer answer is that it's a surfactant, meaning that it attracts water and oil that goes in to deep clean your hair. The sulfates that are in a lot of shampoos were originally designed to clean your clothing. Actually, if you look at your ingredients list on your favorite detergent, the first ingredient typically is some type of sulfate. So how in the world did it end up in our hair products? So back in the day, before chemists came up with this whole sulfate thing, we used to cleanse things with lye and lard. Now, those detergents were effective, but they were extremely harsh. So they got in the lab and they got to working and they made up something called sulfate. And that is where the sulfates that we now know today got their origin. They clean really well and they create a lot of bubbles, which was an outstanding marketing idea at the time. Eventually, these products found their way into hair care and other household cleaning products. For instance, if you look at like a soap in the kitchen, water and then sodium lauryl sulfate. So it's in this clean, product that we use in our homes for our dishes. So why are sulfate-based cleansers so popular? The first reason is that they were cheap and very easy to produce. The second is it was outstanding from a marketing standpoint. It created all these bubbles and suds, and as we know, a lot of us equate seeing suds and bubbles to cleanliness. And then the last reason was that it was a lot less damaging than the cleansing agents that were used in the past, like lard or lye. We have these supercharged, deep cleansing, really good shampoos. However, are they all that they're cracked up to be? Well, it wasn't all good news for the hair care industry. These sulfates don't just lift away the dirt and grime for your hair, but they actually go in and disturb that natural protection that our body puts onto our hair strands. That is what is created by our body's natural sebaceous system or our natural oils. Harsh sulfates rip away that barrier, and yes, they do leave it extremely clean, but that is absolutely not what we need. We don't want those delicate layers of natural moisturizer to be completely stripped away. We want to be clean, so then there has to be some sort of middle ground, right? Would you believe that a high percentage of color fade is actually directly linked to the product that's being used? Well, if you take a look at the ingredient list, if you have a product that is loaded with harsh sulfates, I can guarantee you that has something to do with why your colored pigment is leaving your hair. When you rip away that protective barrier, those pigments that are within the hair strand can just go right out the window. So what about sulfate-free alternatives? Well, sulfate-free is like the new buzzword. You go into the store, you see like a whole section of sulfate-free products. So are those the products for you? Well, a product that is labeled as a shampoo should do what? It should clean your hair. So the chances are they're putting something else into the product, perhaps some sort of substitution, to achieve the same thing that the sulfates do. These scientists are very tricky, so they might come up with like a chemistry process that kind of alters the element a little bit, so then we don't have to label it as a sulfate. Not all sulfate-free shampoos are created equal. Some sulfate-free shampoos are sulfate-free, meaning that they have other ingredients that are just as harmful, if not more harmful, than your regular shampoo that you've been using with sulfates in it. So don't just think because you go to the store and you find this sulfate-free shampoo that it's the best shampoo for your curls, or that it is the shampoo that's going to improve your hydration and moisture for your hair. So here's the verdict in my honest answer. Sulfates are effective and they can be safe if they're used in the proper ratios and quantity. So if you have a product that contains a sulfate and it works well, your hair is hydrated, it is not stripping your color, then that might be a good product for you. However, if you are an individual that is experiencing issues with these products, I would recommend that you switch to a sulfate-free shampoo for the majority of your shampooing. For my natural girls or curly hair, I encourage them to get that hair clean. When you're using all of these styling products and things, a lot of these sulfate-free shampoos that you have that are using baking soda and all these other things in them are not cleansing your scalp good enough, which will lead to hair loss, and nobody really wants to be bald-headed. Second, it's not getting your hair strands cleaned so that they can accept the hydration and all that work that you're doing. You're buying 50 million products and you're doing all this stuff, and then you're like, I'm not getting the benefits from it, but I'm using sulfate-free. Well, the reason is that the sulfate-free shampoo you're using is not cleansing your hair properly. The bottom line is that no matter what product you choose, make sure that it is a quality product. So if your product contains sulfates, make sure that it's the right amount and it's balanced out with other good ingredients so that those cleansing agents that can be so harsh if used in the wrong percentages are actually effective in benefiting your hair. If you are choosing a sulfate-free product, make sure that the substitutions that line is using for sulfates are not equally as harmful. Don't fall for the hype. The buzzwords don't mean as much as you think they do. So what products would be a good product to use? This is the Color Security Shampoo from Color Wow. You all have seen me mention it in like a million videos before. I love that this product is sulfate free, but what I really love about it is it doesn't have like the harmful fragrances or anything that would disturb your natural hair texture or your color treated hair that you have invested so much money in. I do offer this on my site, and it's an excellent shampoo that does a great job of cleansing your hair and give you a nice clean canvas so that when you apply your conditioner, you're getting the maximum benefit from it. If you are using a product that does contain sulfate, I love the Redken All Soft product. It's great for softening dry and brittle hair, but I can use this on almost everyone that comes into the salon. I hope this video has been beneficial for you all. I hope that you have learned the importance of considering the type of sulfate and the amount of sulfate before just reaching for that sulfate-free shampoo that you find on the shelf. And if you are looking for an in-depth look at your hair care routine, or you have some sort of challenges you want to just sit and talk to someone and get your questions answered, I do offer that on my site now, so please check out our consultation section so that I can get the proper products sent to you for your hair challenges and your hair needs. Please let me know in the comments what you think about this whole sulfate-free thing. Thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Same place, same time, same channel. Everyone stay safe and be well. Peace.